Masa Ochia, or it really should be Guten Tag. I'm back at the airport and I'm about to jump onto an Austrian Airlines flight from here, Cairo, through to Vienna. It's on one of their narrow-body A321 aircraft, so this will give you a good idea what the regional and inter-European business class is like with Austrian. We can compare that to Lufthansa, Air Baltic and some of the others I've flown recently. I seem to be having a real run of bad luck regarding aircraft ages. This one is 22 years old, this aircraft, so my expectations are not massive, but we'll see how they go. Before I jump on the flight though, let's head into the Egypt Air Star Alliance lounge and grab a coffee and relax before the flight. Let's do it. As a Star Alliance member, Austrian Airlines uses the Egypt Air Lounge. It's not a huge lounge, but I liked it. There were various food options available and plenty of seating. For me, the best thing about this lounge was the staff. They were super friendly, and when they found out that I was filming a flight review, they all wanted a photo with us. Even the airport PR manager came down to introduce herself. So that was a really nice lounge experience. Now it's time to fly. Bye bye, shukran.
Bye. Bye-bye. Thank you so much. Bye.
Shukran, bye bye, thank you. For some reason, no pre-departure drinks are provided on business class with Austrian Airlines. I found this strange, especially as there was a delay in departing and the air conditioning couldn't be switched on until the engines had started. As it was 40 degrees outside, the aircraft was stifling hot and a drink would have been very welcome. Whilst this was a very old aircraft, it appears that Austrian Airlines, unlike British Airways, has a policy of refurbishing old aircraft. As a result, this aircraft looked brand new on the inside. As with all European narrow-body business class cabins, this was just an extension of the economy class cabin. Same seats, with the only difference being a bit of extra legroom, and the middle seat is blocked off so that you've got a bit of extra room to spread out. On this flight, there were 6 rows of business class. The seats themselves were a slimline design. They were pretty comfortable and offered good support. The legroom was reasonable and they had just a hint of recline. The tray table worked well, and having an empty seat next to you means that you can use that tray table to put your drinks on. Now you know those really comfortable, fully adjustable headrests that many of the world's leading airlines now have, including this one that I recently filmed on Air New Zealand economy class? Well, Austrian Airlines doesn't have them. Instead, here your head is supported by a very bright red piece of material which matches the seat's slimline design. About 60 minutes after boarding and 20 minutes after takeoff, we were offered a hot towel and presented with a tablecloth. Still, no drinks in sight. Luckily, soon after, orders were taken and liquid refreshment arrived in the form of a gin and tonic, which much to my delight was served with roasted nuts. My neighbour opted for American champagne. Lunch was then served, and this is an area where Austrian really shone. The serving sizes were substantial, and best of all, it all tasted delicious. For starters, there was antipasta, and for main, I went with the fried chicken. I then polished off the cheese and finished it all off with an Austrian Kleine Schwarze coffee and dessert. You definitely won't go hungry with Austrian Airlines. Considering this aircraft was 22 years old, I was pleasantly surprised to find it fully Wi-Fi enabled. Various packages were available based on speed rather than data limits, which I think is a much better way to go. I went for the fastest speed and it cost me €12 for the entire 4-hour flight. The speed was good enough that I was able to catch up on Jed Brooks's latest video and also Non-Stop Dan's video on his recent issues filming on board Etihad's first class. It was cool being able to comment on that one whilst actually filming a flight review. The flight from Cairo to Vienna was just under 4 hours, and before long we were coming into land at the Austrian capital. And that was Austrian Airlines. I actually quite liked it. It was a good airline, I'd fly them again. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and if you haven't done so, please check out my channel where you'll find a whole lot of other flight reviews. In the meantime, as always, happy travels.